the NIL and the portal, if you handle the portal properly, clearly you can bring in talent, but you also have to make sure your talent doesn't leave. And if you promise NIL to a kid, it's not supposed to be an inducement. It's supposed to be, you're here on this campus and you're going to be able to make all this money based on your name, image, and likeness. But a lot of kids are being promised an opportunity to come to a school and get the NIL money. And suddenly somebody comes in from the portal and takes that kid's job, and suddenly the NIL money dries up and you don't have a contract. And it's tough to also keep your kids. It's tough to do all of this. Sharon Moore's on the road right now. It's February, 2nd. And he just had one of the longest seasons, as you just pointed out. And so it's an easier gig to go to the NFL, which is kind of funny to say because that is pressure-packed. You can get fired real easily. Case in point, how many jobs are open this year, right? Mm-hmm. The reason why I bring all this up is the reports are that that Chip Kelly's interviewing for offensive coordinator positions. He was the one who came out and said, this is the way the NCAA should be, and he told you about a super league, essentially. Get a bunch of like-minded teams in terms of what revenue sharing needs to be and what revenue bringing in needs to be and what you're offering kids and what kids can make, and scheduling is all sort of uniform. And let's play it off, right? Let's play it out. And we saw Boston College just lost its head coach to the Green Bay Packers. An actual head coach in college football said, I will become a defensive coordinator in the pros. It's tough out there. So when we have told you back in the day, what was it, 2020, 2021, when the Super League formed for like a day and a half in Europe?
Yeah, it was like 46 hours.
And we said, what would possibly become a Super League in the United States sports scene? And we said college football. Mm-hmm. And you even heard Chip Kelly give some sort of a construct of what it would look like or what needs to be looked like. And I keep asking everybody here who comes in or on this show from the college football world, who needs to raise their hand and start taking the lead on this sort of thing? And you're hearing Nick Saban retired to say he would take a lead on it as sort of a de facto commissioner of it. Well, what happened a half an hour ago? The SEC and the Big Ten announced a joint advisory group of university presidents, chancellors, athletic directors to address significant challenges facing college athletics and opportunities for the betterment of the student-athlete experience. Rick Dalton, Jiff. There it is. Right there. One word to the NCAA. Adios. Now, that's a big leap. In this statement, Tony Petitti, the commissioner of the Big Ten, says how much of respect they have for the NCAA, and they're part of the NCAA. To quote the phrase of the league that Jim Harbaugh just joined, Jeff Lafley, the Boston College head coach, just joined. Chip Kelly apparently wants to rejoin. Not for long. Not for long. This is the way it should start. Because kids deserve their money. They deserve their money that's being offered to them and not pulled back because some other kid comes from the portal and go, oh, that NIL deal that we were talking about? Yeah, I mean, we can't offer it anymore. Or it dries up. Or the guardrails that all of these school presidents and athletic directors and coaches want can't be set up because there's too many schools asking for the guardrails to set up. They all have different needs and different wants and different worlds. It starts with these two power conferences, and we just saw it happen on this day. 100%, I'm going to be proven right on this. It's going to take a long time. But the fact that school presidents of the Big Ten and the SEC are getting together and forming this, and they're going to start talking and talking and talking about it. until they come up with who else wants in on it. You know who else wants in on it eventually? The Big 12, the ACC. Then you're going to have to see who's coming in and who's not, because it's still too many schools to play. And they should just do it just like Chip Kelly. Do it for football. The same way that Notre Dame could be an independent in football, football can be an independent in college sports. Mm-hmm. And let everyone else do their own thing like the old way. Because what? Softball teams, golf teams, what are you going to travel across the country? Because the Big Ten now goes from sea to shining sea. There are similar cultural and social impacts on our student athletes, our institutions, and our communities because of the new collegiate athletics environment, said SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey. The Big Ten and the SEC have substantial investment in the NCAA, and there's no question that the voices of our two conferences are integral to governance and other reform efforts, said Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti. 3 words, NCAA, not for long. And then the other word, adios, or adios muchachos. It's coming. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.